tonight on Cronkite News. The NFL draft is quickly approaching, and one Arizona native is ecstatic to have his moment in the spotlight. Stay tuned to hear all about Tyler Shought's journey to the NFL.
Plus, eating right is an essential part of being a student athlete. Find out how the head chef at the University of Arizona is helping the Wildcats to be their best.
And how Phoenix City officials are combating heat this summer in a fun and colorful way. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Jacob Seaver.
And I'm Andres Armenta. Thank you for joining us.
With the draft just a day away, many in the Valley are still on pins and needles, wondering where former ASU running back Cam Skattebo will be selected.
And even so, draft experts anticipate Skattebo could be selected as early as the third round on Friday. The
Sun Devil sensation has been floating across multiple rounds and teams on numerous draft boards for weeks. But the one skill that many analysts continue to praise Skattebo for is his innate ability to stay on his feet and truck over defenders, a skill that Tyler Dragon, an NFL reporter for USA Today, believes separates Skattebo from the rest of the running back class.
As a former running back, fullback myself, I love the way he ran behind his pass, never went down upon first contact. He was tough to tackle, got those tough yards. I was a big fan of the way he runs the football, just hard-nosed, rugged. He's like a battering ram.
And Skattebo did batter opponents all season as one of the most productive running backs in the country. He finished fifth in Heisman voting, adding 21 touchdowns and over 1,700 yards. Many people here in the Valley still remember his performance in the Big 12 championship game. And here's Kenny Dillingham on Skattebo's future and how he is seen in the Valley.
There's a lot of people that want to be you. A lot of people that want to be in your shoes, whether you're drafted in the second round, fifth round, ninth round, they don't even have that, right? It doesn't matter. Like the opportunity to wear an NFL team's jersey and to earn a job.
Skattebo is enjoying his final days with the team while he awaits the next chapter of his career. While all eyes are on Skattebo, there is one other prominent prospect you might not know has Valley roots. Our Max Zepeda sat down with him, his family, and those who got him to this point.
Lifelong dreams will be fulfilled in the coming days when players hear their name called at the NFL draft. For quarterback Tyler Shough, he's logged many miles on his journey to this point, but it's been a ride well worth the wait.
A lot of unknowns for sure. I think the benefit of going throughout this journey, and me and my wife have gone from Arizona, Oregon, Lubbock, Texas, Louisville. Now here we're training in Dallas, and we've been prepared for it, but it doesn't make it any easier for sure.
Shough grew up in Chandler with a passion for playing both football and baseball. But once he stepped on campus at Hamilton High School, those around him realized football was his future.
You're going to get 6'4", 230 pounds, 4'6", 40. He threw the best deep ball of any high school kid I have ever seen.
You're 4,000 plus students, and I was one of the first junior starters in the school history since like the 90s. Definitely thankful for my time there and all the people that poured into me.
On Friday nights in the fall, Tyler Shough's parents would get the chance to watch their son play in these very bleachers here at Hamilton High School, and not only get the chance to watch him grow to the potential NFL draft prospect that he is today on the field, but also for the man that he became off the field.
He's even a better person off the field, without a doubt. He's a leader, he's personable, coaches have always loved him. He's incredibly articulate, he's comfortable in his own skin in front of the camera. I can go on and on.
He's also resilient. From Hamilton, Shough embarked on a 7-year college career in which the 25-year-old started out at Oregon before moving on to Texas Tech and then finished up this past season at Louisville. And along the way, the QB overcame 3 consecutive season-ending injuries. His perseverance was a trait learned from his mom, who was in a fight for her life, while Tyler was a young boy.
January will be 20 years when I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer and given 9 months to live. And Tyler was 5. When you're given a terminal illness and you're given 9 months to live, I made a bucket list. And my bucket list was to see these boys grow up and live their dreams. Whenever he gets drafted, it's going to be very emotional because That's another thing on my bucket list because not all little boys' dreams come true.
Regardless of where he begins his professional career, Shuck is well aware of the journey that has gotten him to this moment, one that he knows will change his life forever.
Obviously, draft day is going to be a super emotional and happy moment with this everybody who's kind of been involved. So I'm really excited for it.
In Chandler, Max Cepeda, Cronkite News.
Shuck and his family will be eagerly waiting for where and when the Valley native gets selected. The NFL draft officially kicks off tomorrow night.
And another top prospect out of State 48 is the University of Arizona's Teteroa McMillan. This past season, McMillan was a finalist for the Biletnikoff Award and a first-team AP All-American. McMillan's draft projections have ranged anywhere from number 8 overall to the Carolina Panthers to number 25 to the Houston Texans. And most draft experts, however, have him slated to go in the top 15. According to NFL.com's Dan Parr, each of the teams drafting in the top 9 spots are in need of a wide receiver. McMillan could be the answer for any of those squads. And have you ever wondered how college athletes stay in shape diet-wise? Well, look no further than U of A's head chef, Carl De La Osa.
De La Osa keeps all the student athletes in the best condition with healthy eating habits. Our Sammy Califf has more on De La Osa's impact.
Chef Carl is a household name at U of A, responsible for making food for every U of A athlete. I went down to Tucson to spend the day with Chef Carl and his team to see how well they connect with the U of A family. Chef Carl De La Osa is creating magic in his kitchen for Italian Day at U of A. No extinguisher needed.
Bring me that can of the mozzarella balls, please. And then any fresh basil, too.
The 20-year veteran is whipping up his culinary cuisine at Bear Down Kitchen in Tucson as the chef for Arizona Athletics. In addition to his U of A duties, Chef De La Osa is picking up big assignments at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, along with valuable lessons.
Allegiant Stadium has a lot more people than we do here, so I learned how to balance ourselves out, kind of putting in my aces in places, is my saying, you know, have my heads where they need to be.
We're going to use it to top the lasagna.
Back in Tucson, Chef De La Osa is running a tight ship, ensuring that the kitchen gets food delivered efficiently and ready to eat.
The more that I help out, the more I gain for myself. And I mean, I don't expect anything ever in return from anybody.
Cooking isn't just about making food and flipping pans for Chef Carl. It's about forming lifelong relationships.
Treat people how you want to be treated, you know, and you'll have a balanced life. I treat my guys with respect and love, and I get that back. So as soon as you start acting negative towards people, you know, kind of retracts itself.
De La Osa's impact is felt throughout the kitchen. His characteristics reflect on everyone, especially on the lead line cook.
The biggest thing I learned is patience and always staying ahead on task.
Hartfield's career has taken off thanks to Chef De La Osa's kindness and willingness to help.
He's more than just my chef. He's like a big brother. He's like a mentor as far as the cooking aspect of a lot of things. He means a lot to me.
Chef De La Osa credits his family for his journey. He fell in love with cooking through his grandmother. Now his household has its own menu for his 6 children.
They don't want fish. They don't want nothing. Kraft mac and cheese, couple ramens, chicken tenders if they're good. But they're starting to grow.
And his growing family helps him prepare more options for the young athletes he cooks for at U of A. As you can see, there is never a dull day in the kitchen for Chef De La Osa, who changes up the menu for the athletes daily. And while he makes healthy food, he allows for some treats now and then. In the Cronkite Sports Bureau, Sammy Califf, don't mind if I do.
Thanks a lot, Sammy. Coming up next, Desert Mountain Softball is on a 20-game win streak and is poised to three-peat as state champions.
That's right, and a lot of their success is built off the arm of their star pitcher. Lilly Goodwin is striking out batters left and right. When we come back, we'll tell you all about what makes her impact so special.
Plus, we have a beautiful weekend ahead, and before the heat sets in, your full forecast is coming up next. Hello and welcome back. Desert Mountain Softball won their 20th straight game last night behind the arm of star player Lilly Goodwin, who struck out 12 batters. And our Cooper Holman has more on the ace pitcher, who they call Goose.
Lilly Goodwin is a strikeout queen. The Desert Mountain Southpaw ranks top 5 in the state for strikeouts and ranks 2nd in ERA. While winning titles may be the ultimate goal, the junior already notched a state championship as a freshman, making an immediate impact the moment she stepped on campus.
I came in and I was like, maybe I can help. I don't really know, but just the run that we made, like, I think that group was one of our best teams, but this year looks pretty good too. And
the Wolves are poised to win another state title as they are currently riding a 20-game win streak. The growth that Chris Fredericks has seen in Goodwin is undeniable, and much of that can be attributed to her mindset.
She has that mentality. If she, does fail, she doesn't carry that failure over with her to the next at bat. She comes up and she's like, I am going to, hit this kid. I'm going to do it.
Luckily for Lilly, hitters who face her fail a lot more than she does when at the plate. But when she's on the mound, teammates like center fielder Mackenzie Byer have a front row seat to her domination.
I'm always there to support her, and I just, if I can just say the smallest thing to help her lock in or anything, but I'm just here to watch and honestly cheer her on from the outfield.
But Goodwin isn't just known for her feats on the mound. Nicknamed Goose for her silly personality, the pitcher also excels in the classroom, getting interest from multiple schools, including Alabama and Stanford. But eventually, Lilly landed on Northwestern.
What Lilly's got going for her, obviously she's a great softball player, but she's a tremendous student too. She's got like a 4.9 GPA. It's just off the charts.
Now the star pitcher is trying to strike a balance with it all.
It's ridiculous. I did not have much of a social life last year. I'm really trying to have a good balance this year, but it's always hard.
With the 2025 regular season nearing its end, teams with Desert Mountain on the schedule better look to duck, duck, goose. In North Phoenix, Cooper Holman, Cronkite News.
The Wolves are 23-1-1 on the season, and their next game is Thursday night on the road at Campo Verde, a team that they beat 14-0 on Tuesday thanks to Goodwin.
The Diamondbacks started their series at home against Tampa Bay yesterday. Arizona comes into the series winning 6 out of their last 8 games, despite losing last weekend's series to the Cubs. In the 3rd inning, Pavin Smith got things rolling with a 2-run home run out to deep right field, his 4th of the season. Tim Tawa extended the D-backs lead in the 5th inning with a home run of his own. Arizona would put 2 more runs on the board in the 8th, which was plenty of run support for the Diamondbacks. Arizona defeated Tampa Bay 5-1. It was a shutdown performance for D-back starter Brandon Pfaadt, throwing 6 innings and allowing 1 run. Arizona's bullpen closed the door with 3 innings of shutout baseball, suffocating the Rays' offense. Yesterday's win improves the D-backs' record to 14-9. Arizona and Tampa Bay will play their 2nd game of the series tonight at 6:40. The D-backs will send out Eduardo Rodriguez to the mound.
The Sun Devils came out swinging, but couldn't hold on late against Grand Canyon. A promising start turned into a painful 1-run loss in a game full of highs, lows, and costly mistakes. Arizona State jumped out to a 6-3 lead behind Matt King's big day, going 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, but the bats went cold after the 3rd inning. Josiah Cromwick added his 11th homer of the season, while Kyle Walker caused chaos on the bases. But Grand Canyon's Michael Diaz flipped the script with a 2-run blast in the 7th. The Lopes took the lead and never gave it back, handing ASU a 7-6 defeat in the Valley Showdown. The Sun Devils have now dropped several late leads this season, and they'll need quick fixes on the mound before their next test this weekend against BYU.
Former ASU baseball player Luke Keeschel recently made his major league debut. The second baseman got the call from AAA to the Minnesota Twins, becoming the first player from the Willie Bloomquist era to reach the majors. Keeschel played for ASU in 2023, hitting .353 with 18 home runs and 58 RBIs. In his first 4 games in the show, Keeschel has 5 hits, including an RBI double off of reigning Cy Young winner Chris Sale. He also becomes the first player in Twins history to record at least 3 stolen bases in his first 4 major league games. The 22-year-old remembers the call that turned a childhood dream into reality.
Our manager came into our clubhouse. We're on the road in Des Moines, Iowa. He just said, "You're on the big leagues," and I was like, "This is awesome." I mean, it was a cool moment.
You asked me one kid who I would bet my life on the fact that he would make it to the big leagues and be impactful, it would be him. There's just not many Luke Keichels in today's world. He just is a throwback kid, mentality-wise, outworks everybody, outcompetes everybody. He's going to have a lot of success in the big leagues.
Turning now to the weather, we have a beautiful weekend on tap.
Perhaps the last nice weekend we'll have before things really start to heat up. Luke Carter joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with more.
That is right, Andres. It is going to be a nice weekend, but it's looking pretty hot outside right now. 89 right before the sunset. Kind of hot out. You might want to turn your AC on right now, but it won't stay too bad overnight. You shouldn't have to run it because nice 65-degree temperature tonight. It is very cold still overnight in some of the places in Arizona, such as the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff, hovering around that freezing area in the low 30s. When we go to our highs for tomorrow, you can essentially draw a line through the state of Arizona right here that divides really nice weather and hot. And in Phoenix specifically, 91 degrees. Be sure to stay hydrated, stay cool, but it's not too bad. Us Arizonans, we can deal with 91. That takes us to our 8-day forecast where we see the aforementioned high of 91 into a high of 93 on Friday. The average temperature for around this time is 87, so those are hot days. But for my weekend folks, here is a very nice weekend. 88 the high on Saturday, followed by a beautiful sunny skies days with a high of 79, low of 58. Before the weather starts to creep back up, 83 on Monday before we get to back-to-back highs of 93 on Wednesday and Thursday. From the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Luke Carter.
And coming up next, a look at the news headlines, including a new law.
That's right. The law allows property owners to apply for a full refund on their property taxes if they've been impacted by those experiencing homelessness.
I mean, we feel bad, but again, that's not something we should have to be dealing with as property owners.
When we come back, we will have more on how property and business owners are getting these refunds.
People have always had trouble trying to put me into a box. A professor, suit and tie is just not me. Without the ocean, I don't know what I would do. You know, the ocean's always been there for me. As Hawaiian people, we believe that the coral is the first living being to come out of the darkness. It's the foundation of our entire lifestyle, and that's what my research is about. What we do is we take photographs of the reef over long periods of time to create models that can tell us what the planet is doing. If we go deaf to what the Earth is telling us, then we'll never be able to live in harmony. If I can get my students excited about protecting the ocean, then they're the ones who are gonna really make the difference. I hope my students realize that I'm not trying to prepare them for something in the distant future. Their time is now at Arizona State University.
Welcome back. I'm Charlie Vicario here with your news headlines. We are no strangers to extreme heat here in the valley, which can be deadly, specifically in urban areas. Cronkite News reporter Isaiah Soto joins us now from the newsroom with more on a new art installation addressing the problem.
I was at the unveiling of the first structure, a vibrant, shaded space bringing color and relief to the community. With drums, dancing, and offerings, Mexican indigenous dancers bless a new art and shade installation in Phoenix. Sombra, a public art project with the city of Phoenix, introduced Rincón de Color to the Cielito Park community.
Sombra Experiments in Shade is a temporary public art project. It's funded by the Public Art Challenge, which is a Bloomberg Philanthropies initiative that supports temporary public art projects that address a local civic issue. And so our local civic issue is extreme urban heat.
The name means corner of color in Spanish, inspired by alebrijes, bright colored mythical creatures from Mexico City.
So the inspiration for using alebrijes was we wanted something that was going to be playful, fun, colorful, and something very culturally relevant to Cielito Park and to this neighborhood.
The artists behind the colorful display are Jose Benavides and Joe Ray, with the assistance of students from Alhambra High School's Mecha chapter.
And the students were very gracious in welcoming the artists, welcoming us, and working with them, helping them paint the alebrijes.
In 2023, the Maricopa County Department of Public Health recorded the highest number of heat-related deaths at 645. The number has declined to 604 last year, even though it was the hottest year on record.
Not only is this structure designed to provide shade, but it's also equipped with a water cooling system that will combat the summer heat here in Phoenix.
Benavides hopes Rincón de Color serves its purpose to the people who come across it, whether it's to admire the art or seek refuge from the heat.
One of the things that happened here, he was blessed. And the danza meant that we're asking the earth to welcome this structure on its face and create a good thing for mankind. And if mankind uses it in a way that we weren't thinking about, it must be a good thing.
8 more art structures are expected to be opening this year.
The next installation is set to open this Saturday at Roseley Park. From the newsroom, I'm Isaiah Soto reporting.
Thanks, Isaiah. Now to a new law in our state. Proposition 312 was passed in November, allowing a property owner to get a full refund of their property tax if they have been affected by people experiencing homelessness. For the Villa family, running a tire shop means hard work and helping their customers stay on the move. But in recent years, their daily routine has changed.
I open up the shop. Usually there's people like right in the office area outside where the bathrooms are. There are usually people there. I just tell them, hey, you have to go. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't.
And it's more than just a nuisance, Villa says. There's vandalism, expensive cleanups, all funded out of their pockets.
Obviously, nobody wants to be paying for stuff that's not related to the shop.
Their damages are just one of the many reasons Arizonans voted yes on their ballots to pass Proposition 312 in 2024. The proposition allows property owners to file for a refund for costs related to illegal camping or loitering if the city fails to enforce the laws already in place.
Property tax is earmarked for public health and safety, and so to us, if you're not receiving those services as a taxpayer, it doesn't make sense that you should still have to pay for those.
Starting in January, property owners can file a claim to Arizona's Department of Revenue. They must submit receipts and other documents. Brenda Villa said she and her family plan to file a claim in an effort to support their shop and protect their pockets.
I mean, we feel bad, but again, that's not something we should have to be dealing with as property owners.
Property owners are allowed to file once a year. Applications can take 3 to 4 months to be approved. That's all for your news headlines. I'm Charlie Vicario. Back to Andres and Jacob at the desk.
Coming up next, when it's not game time, it's pool time for the Sun Devils.
That's right, Jacob. Coach Dillingham knows how to activate the Valley, even on an off day. With ASU's Fan Fest coming up this Friday, Coach Dillingham gave his boys the day off earlier this week. Find out how the Sun Devils spent their off day after the break.
As a teacher, you just want to reach people. You want to make a difference. You want to help them. I have an opportunity to do something I never imagined I would be able to do. Go out and build the best biology class the world has ever seen. When you go into Dreamscape Learn, you put on a set of goggles and you can go anywhere. You can be anyone and do anything. The thing about Arizona State University is they're always thinking about what's next. We can create virtual reality experiences so that you can learn by exploring in a virtual world the way that scientists explore in the real world. And kids can feel that. All these emotions are what help the brain encode information. When I see a student come out of VR, the look on their face is nothing like I've ever seen when I finish a lecture. They look so happy to be there in that moment. You know that you've reached them.
The Sun Devils had a day of fun that they won't soon forget.
That's right, the team took a break from the grind with a backyard bash at head coach Dillingham's house.
And players cooled off in the pool, got competitive on the basketball court, and loaded up on food. And after a college football playoff run last season, the vibes are definitely high, and Dillingham's message is clear. Build the bond now, dominate later. And that's how you activate the Valley. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
That's it.